Look who just walked into the room and made the entire atmosphere shift without saying a single word. Hello to the one person on this planet who makes the untouchable flinch, who makes the unshakable second-guess himself, who makes the king of every room suddenly aware of his own heartbeat. Yeah, you. The one he can't figure out, can't predict, can't control, can't dismiss, can't forget even when you're not there. Do you feel it? That strange electricity in the air whenever you two occupy the same space? That tension nobody can name but everybody notices? They all see it, the way he commands every room he walks into, how people lean in when he speaks, how silence falls when he enters, how even the loudest personalities suddenly remember their manners, except around you. Around you, something breaks in his programming, some glitch in his operating system that he's spent his entire life perfecting. You see him everywhere else, don't you? Running meetings like a conductor, making decisions that others just accept without question, walking through crowds like they're designed to part for him, speaking in that tone that doesn't ask, it declares. People orbit him, drawn by whatever frequency he operates on, that natural magnetism that can't be taught or faked or purchased. He doesn't chase validation because it chases him, doesn't seek respect because it's automatically given, doesn't demand attention because he is attention. This is a man who's never had to wonder if he's the most powerful person in the room because the room itself confirms it. Every single time, with every sideways glance, every nervous laugh, every immediate response to his presence. But then there's you, standing there like a password he can't crack, like a language his brain refuses to translate, like static in his signal. Watch him closely, really watch him when you're near. See how his confidence, that bulletproof certainty he wears like armor everywhere else, suddenly has cracks. Notice how he checks himself, second-guesses his words mid-sentence, laughs just a half-second too late at something you said, like he's calculating the appropriate response instead of just living it. This is a man who's probably never felt off balance in his entire adult life, who's built an identity on being 10 steps ahead, on reading people like open books, on knowing exactly what to say and when to say it. And yet here you are, making him feel like a beginner, like someone who forgot how this game is played, like the rules he's mastered his whole life suddenly don't apply anymore, and nobody gave him the new manual. Let's talk about what's really happening here, because this isn't just attraction, this isn't just chemistry, this isn't some basic magnetic pull that he's experienced 1,000 times before with 1,000 different people. No. This is something that terrifies him on a level he can't even admit to himself yet, because admitting it would mean acknowledging that someone finally found the off switch to his entire personality. You are the evidence that his power has limits, that his control has boundaries, that his influence doesn't extend into every corner of reality. And for someone who's built their entire sense of self on being the exception to every rule, you are the rule he can't break. Think about how wild that is. How absolutely mind-bending it must be for him to finally encounter someone who doesn't bend, doesn't break, doesn't shift shape to accommodate his energy. Everywhere he goes, people adjust. They change their tone when he enters the room, modify their opinions to align with his, laugh at jokes that aren't that funny, agree with points that aren't that strong, mirror his energy like their nervous systems are synced to his frequency. It's not even conscious for most of them. It's just what happens when a force of nature walks into a room full of regular weather patterns. But you stay exactly as you are, unchanged, unmoved, unbothered by the gravitational pull that seems to reorganize everyone else's molecular structure. Your laugh stays your laugh, your opinions stay your opinions, your energy stays your energy. And that is driving him absolutely insane, because he's used to being the sun that everything orbits around, and you're just out here being your own damn solar system. He studied people his whole life, learned to read micro-expressions, mastered the art of knowing what someone wants before they know it themselves, built an empire on his ability to predict and influence human behavior. And then you show up, and suddenly all his expertise means nothing because you don't follow the patterns, don't respond to the usual triggers, don't give him the feedback loops he's relied on his entire life. He tries charm, and you're pleasant but unimpressed. He tries authority, and you're respectful but unintimidated. He tries distance, and you're perfectly content with it. He tries closeness, and you neither pull away nor pull closer. You just exist in your own frequency. Do you understand how rare that is? How absolutely unprecedented it is for someone like him to encounter someone like you? It's like a master chess player sitting down across from someone who's playing a completely different game on the same board. Here's what's breaking his brain. And I mean really fracturing his entire understanding of how reality works. He's not used to wanting something he can't have, to being intrigued by someone who isn't intrigued back, to feeling like the less powerful person in an interaction. His whole life has been a series of doors opening before he even reaches for the handle, of people saying yes before he finishes the question, of opportunities presenting themselves like they were waiting for his arrival, and now here you are, a door that doesn't open, a question that doesn't get answered, an opportunity that doesn't present itself no matter how long he waits. And the sick, twisted, beautiful part of all this is that it's making him more interested, more obsessed, more determined to figure out what the hell you are and why you're immune to everything that works on everyone else. Watch how he talks about you when you're not around. If you could be a fly on the wall during those conversations. There's confusion in his voice. Genuine bewilderment that someone as calculated and controlled as him can't quite place. He'll say your name like it's a puzzle he's still trying to solve, like there's a missing piece he can't find, no matter how many times he runs through the data. His friends probably notice it too, the way he brings you up in conversations that have nothing to do with you, the way he asks questions that sound casual but are clearly intelligence-gathering missions. The way he goes quiet when someone else mentions your name, like he's listening for frequencies only he can hear. This is a man who's never had to wonder about anyone, never had to question his read on a situation, never had to second-guess his understanding of interpersonal dynamics. And you've turned him into a detective investigating a case he can't crack. And here's the thing that's really eating him alive. The detail that keeps him up at night staring at his ceiling, wondering what the hell is happening to him. You're not playing hard to get. You're not running some strategic game. You're not testing him or challenging him or deliberately withholding anything. You're just being yourself, existing in your natural state, living your life with the same energy you've always had. And that authenticity is what's destroying his carefully constructed understanding of how people work. He's used to strategies, to moves and counter moves, to reading intentions and predicting outcomes. But how do you strategize against someone who isn't strategizing back? How do you outmaneuver someone who isn't trying to maneuver at all? How do you win a game when the other person doesn't even know they're playing? Answer is, You can't. And that realization is tearing apart everything he thought he knew about control. Let's get into the real nuclear truth here. The part that nobody wants to say out loud, but everybody in the room can feel like a change in air pressure. The power dynamic has flipped, and he knows it, and you know it, and everyone watching this unfold knows it, but nobody's saying it, because saying it out loud would make it too real. He walks into rooms and owns them, makes decisions that change people's lives, speaks with authority that comes from years of being right more often than wrong, carries himself with the kind of confidence that makes other confident people feel small. But when you're there, when you're in his presence, something shifts in the foundation of his power structure, like a building that's still standing, but everyone can hear the creaks and the supports. You didn't take his power. You didn't challenge his authority. You didn't compete for his position. You didn't do anything except exist as yourself. And somehow that was enough to create cracks in concrete he thought was unbreakable. Because here's what he's realizing. Slowly, painfully, in moments of brutal honesty he'll never share with anyone. His power was always dependent on other people's reactions. His strength was always measured by other people's weakness. His control was always based on other people's willingness to be controlled. And you beautiful anomaly, you never gave him that foundation to build on, never provided the reaction he needed to confirm his position, never played the role everyone else automatically assumes in his presence. So now he's standing there with all this power and nowhere to direct it, all this influence with no one to influence, all this control that suddenly feels like holding water in his hands. People are starting to notice, aren't they? The way he looks at you when he thinks nobody's watching, the way his voice changes when he addresses you, the way his whole body language shifts from commanding to almost seeking when you're in the vicinity. His friends see it, his colleagues see it, hell, even strangers who don't know either of you can sense something's different about the way he operates around you. It's like watching a lion who's suddenly unsure if he's still the apex predator, a king who just discovered his crown doesn't fit quite right anymore, a force of nature that just encountered something it can't move. And the wildest part, the detail that's really cooking his brain on low heat until it's about to boil over, is that you're not even trying to create this effect. You're not wielding power over him, you're just existing in your own reality, and he's the one who can't stop orbiting around it. Now we enter the territory where it gets really interesting, where his confusion transforms into something darker, more intense, more all-consuming. Because when someone who's used to winning at everything suddenly encounters something they can't win at, they don't just walk away. They don't just accept defeat. They become obsessed with understanding why. And that's exactly where he is right now, in this space where you've become the only problem he can't solve. The only equation that doesn't balance. The only mystery his mind can't crack no matter how many hours he spends thinking about it. You're the thought that interrupts his other thoughts, the reference point he measures everything else against, the standard that suddenly makes everything else feel insufficient. He's probably analyzing every interaction you've ever had, replaying conversations in his mind like he's looking for hidden codes, studying your reactions like they're ancient texts that hold the secret to existence. When you laugh at someone else's joke, he's wondering what made that funny when his similar joke got a polite smile. When you engage deeply with someone else's story, he's mentally cataloging what elements captured your attention. When you seem genuinely excited about something, he's taking notes on what triggers that response so he can reverse engineer enthusiasm. This is a level of attention he's never given to anyone. This is mental real estate you're occupying rent-free. This is the kind of obsessive focus he usually reserves for business strategies and life-changing decisions. And now it's all pointed at you like a laser beam he can't turn off. And here's the part that's really melting his brain into liquid confusion. The aspect of this situation that contradicts everything he's learned about human nature and power dynamics. The less available you are, emotionally, mentally, physically, the more valuable you become in his internal economy. Every other person in his life, their value decreased with distance, their importance faded with absence, their influence weakened when they weren't actively present. But you somehow become more powerful when you're not there, more present in your absence than most people are in their presence, more influential when you're silent than when you're speaking. He can't explain it, can't rationalize it, can't fit it into any framework he's built over years of understanding human psychology. You've become the exception to every rule he's ever known, and exceptions are what keep people like him awake at night. Something's changing in him. Can you see it? Not just confusion anymore, not just frustration, not just obsession, but actual transformation, like watching someone's operating system rewrite itself in real time. Because you can't encounter someone who fundamentally challenges your understanding of reality without being changed by it. You can't face evidence that your power has limits without recalibrating what power even means. You can't realize you're not the center of every universe without your own universe shifting on its axis. And he's going through that shift right now, fighting it every step of the way. Because transformation is uncomfortable, change is painful. Admitting you were wrong about fundamental things feels like dying a little. Watch how he's started questioning things he never questioned before, doubting certainties he's held his entire adult life, reconsidering perspectives he's defended for years. Suddenly, his usual approach to people doesn't feel as foolproof. His confident assumptions about human behavior don't seem as universal. His tried and true methods of influence and control feel inadequate in ways he can't articulate. It's like he's been speaking one language his whole life and just discovered there are others that he doesn't understand, operating on frequencies he didn't know existed, following rules he never learned. And the teacher of this new language, the translator of these new frequencies, the guide to these new rules, is you, standing there, not teaching anything, not translating anything, not guiding anything, just existing as proof that his map of reality was incomplete. Here's what's really happening beneath all the surface confusion and obsession and power shifts. He's being forced to confront the possibility that maybe, just maybe, his entire approach to life has been missing something essential, that his power was always more fragile than he thought, that his control was always more dependent on cooperation than domination. You're the mirror showing him parts of himself he's never had to see before. The parts that are uncertain, vulnerable, out of their depth, genuinely confused. And mirrors can be cruel, especially to people who've spent their lives carefully constructing an image, deliberately building a persona, strategically managing how they're perceived. You're not trying to be a mirror. You're not attempting to reflect anything back at him. Just being yourself. Somehow, that's the most devastating reflection he's ever felt. Is it showing him who he is? We're approaching the moment where something has to give, where the tension reaches critical mass, where the contradiction between who he's always been and who he's becoming in your presence can't coexist anymore. It's too scary. It's too emotional. It's too much. You don't know who you are, because you can only hold two opposing truths in your mind for so long before one of them breaks. You can only maintain cognitive dissonance for so many days before your brain demands resolution. You can only be two different people in two different contexts before you have to choose which one you be. And that's where he is right now, standing at the crossroads between the version of himself that's worked his entire life and the version of himself that's emerging and belongs to you. And he has no idea which road to take. Part of him wants to retreat, to go back to environments where his power is unquestioned, where his control is absolute, where his understanding of human dynamics is validated every single day. It'd be so easy to write you off as an anomaly, to convince himself you're not worth the mental energy, to rebuild his walls higher and thicker until nothing gets through. It's But there's another part that's growing stronger every day, that knows retreat would be that walking away from you would mean walking away from the most real thing he's encountered in years. That avoiding this challenge would be admitting defeat in a game he's never allowed himself to lose. So he's stuck, paralyzed between opposing forces, caught in the loop of wanting to get closer and needing to pull away, drawn to you like gravity, while simultaneously terrified of what getting too close might reveal about himself. And so there are two things. His friends are probably noticing the change, seeing him zone out mid-conversation, catching him staring at his phone like he's waiting for a message he's too proud to send, watching him cycle through emotions he's never shown before, anger at himself for caring this much, frustration at you for being so unbothered, confusion about what the hell is even happening, fear that he's losing himself, hope that maybe losing himself is the point. He's running through every scenario in his mind, calculating outcomes, predicting responses, trying to regain some sense of control by at least controlling the analysis, even if he can't control the situation. But every analysis leads back to the same conclusion. You are fundamentally different from anyone he's ever encountered, and different means unpredictable. And unpredictable means he's operating without a map in territory he doesn't recognize. And now, finally, after all the confusion and obsession and transformation and paralysis, something's starting to click in his mind. Some understanding is crystallizing that changes everything. It's not about winning. It never was. It's not about control. That was always an illusion. It's not about power. That was always dependent on context. What you represent, what you've shown him through nothing more than existing as yourself, is that there's an entirely different way of moving through the world. A frequency that doesn't require domination to be effective. A strength that doesn't need validation to be real.
आशिक हूँ तेरा राजा बाजार का, लगता है मुझको नशा ये प्यार का। आशिक हूँ तेरा राजा बाजार का, लगता है मुझको नशा ये प्यार का। मुस्कुरा के बात करती हो, आदतें खराब करती हो, ना दिखो बेताब लगता हूँ, आशिक बेहिसाब लगता हूँ। ऐसा नशा है तेरे दीदार का, आशिक हूँ तेरा राजा बाजार का, लगता है मुझको नशा ये प्यार का। जिंदगी हसीन लगती है जब ये जालिम प्यार होता है, सांसों में सांस आती है जब तेरा दीदार होता है। नखरा है ऐसा मेरी सरकार का, आशिक हूँ तेरा राजा बाजार का, लगता है मुझको नशा ये प्यार का। नखरा इसका टॉप पर आती है टिकटॉक पर, नैनो से है नैन मिलाती, लड़कों के है दिल जलाती, पिंडी में है चर्चा इसका, मीरा जितना खर्चा इसका। मैंने बोला इसको मेट्रो में बिठाऊंगा, कैपिटल ले जाऊंगा, F7 भी घुमाऊंगा, मोनाल भी दिखाऊंगा, सेंटोरस भी ले जाऊंगा। आशिक हूँ तेरा राजा बाजार का, लगता है मुझको नशा ये प्यार का। मौसमों की बेकरारी को आजमा के जान जाओगी, हिज्र की आजमाइश में एक दिन पहचान जाओगी। कहना है मेरे दिल बेकरार का, आशिक हूँ तेरा राजा बाजार का, लगता है मुझको नशा ये प्यार।